Good morning, everybody. Jeff from Rust Bucket Valley Garage. So while we're waiting for the frame for the 2013 JK to arrive, which ought to be later on this week, and we'll have another video when that gets here, we've been working on some other things that need to be done on the Jeep. One of the things was this is the right B pillar in the vehicle, and that's where the passenger's seatbelt lives. That one had actually blown, so we need to send that one out and get it rebuilt. So there's a company that actually does that. They're on the East Coast, so we had to box that up and get it out. But we had to take the trim pieces off and take all the bolts out of the thing and take the connector off and go ahead and get that out of here. But there's one other thing that I wanted to kind of give you a little tech tip on, make your life a little bit easier. When you're working on the heaters on the JK, these things can be a nightmare. If you have to pull a heater core out of here, the heater core actually lives way underneath the dash, and according to service data, you have to take and pull the entire dash out. The dealer flat rate time is 15 hours for this, so I'm thinking nightmare. So luckily our heater core is good in this vehicle. We haven't got any leaks. We pressure tested the cooling system after we replaced the radiator, and the cooling system is good. One thing that we did notice is that when we took and whenever we take and put the battery on, and whenever we opened the door, the all the blend door actuators, okay, and this is a blend door actuator. It moves all the doors and gates and stuff in your cooling system, your air cooling system, the AC and the heater, to some kind of position. I don't know what that position is. There is one right here, a big one that moves. You can see the big black body right there in the middle. It was making a tick 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 sound. Generally what that means is one of the blend door actuators is broken, so we had to take and figure out where that was. It wasn't this one. There is actually one that is on the outside of this heater housing right here. Okay, in the bottom here is where the system cooling fan lives. The blend door actuator was on the outside of this. There are 2 Phillips head screws holding it on. We got that off easy enough. We looked at the blend door actuator, and part of it was broken. Okay, you can see right here that this is supposed to be a D, and this has got a broken piece inside of it, so we're going to be replacing this. One other thing that we noticed is in this area right here, there is a blend door, okay, and the blend door actually looks like this. When you look at it, it'll look exactly like this, and it kind of moves up like this and moves down. This is kind of wedged in there in a very inconvenient way. There is a pivot point right here on the left, and there's another pivot point. You can see where that hole is back in there on the right. To try and take and get that out is no easy feat. It turns out that the blend door itself is okay. I'll show you the other end first. This right here is one of the pivot points. Okay, so the thing actually sits in here like this. Okay, so this pivot point here is fine. Okay, and this point right here, it needs a little bit of cleaning up, but it is okay as well. However, the pivot point itself, this little plastic piece that goes into the edge of the blend door, it actually snaps in right here. This piece is broken right here. This goes into the blend door motor. So to take and get that out is needs a little bit of trickery to take in to get that out without totally disassembling the dash and the heater and all that stuff. So what I did is there are ribs. There was one rib here just ahead of the yellow chisel that I'm using as a spacer, and there is another rib on the other side, and that blocks the movement left and right of the blend door. So if you can take out the two screws in the front, and there's one screw right there, center screen, and there's a line-up pin, and then there is another screw right there. If you take those out and you put spacers between this blend door assembly here, okay, here's a pry bar in here, always got to get that pry bar in there, very, very helpful, okay, and you space that out a little bit, it will raise up this frame and drop down enough so that you can take and stick a screwdriver here on this right side and you can actually take this and pry it out of the side of this, okay, and then you can take and get, if you turn this blend door at a 45-degree angle, you'll have to push this here end in, okay, and allow you to turn a little bit, and then you'll be able to take and get it off of this pin, okay, and then you just stick a screwdriver in the side of it, and you just go ahead and pop this out. This only has this little detent in there that is allowing the thing to take and stay in the side of this blend door. So it sits there just like this inside here. Okay, so if we can go ahead and get this piece, it shouldn't be too bad. This door assembly right here is $93. And then the blend door actuator, which is this assembly right here, is about another $25. Okay, but if you don't have to take and buy the actual blend door, that'll save you quite a bit of money. Okay, so we just have to take a look around and see if we can find this piece here. It might be a dealer only item, not sure, just got it out. Need to take and research it a little bit. The internet is our friend when we take and go looking for stuff like that. Okay, so I hope I've given you a little bit of information of some of the stuff that we take and run into, and how you can take and make your job a little bit easier when it comes to these blend doors and anything underneath the dash. It's always, you know, a pain to take and work under the dash in these cars. We only have this little area right here. We've actually removed the passenger seat. Here's the center console right here. Okay, so we have about 24 inches to take and operate in. So the rest of the dash is removed because the passenger airbag sits right here. So that was blown, and also we had to take the center console out because this part right here that goes over this goes underneath that, and it wouldn't come out without it. This right here is the GPS receiver for the entertainment system, tells you where you are so you won't get lost. We've removed the airbag that's in the steering wheel. We're going to have another one of those on order right now. Dealer price for that part is $800. Okay, and for the passenger airbag, it is over $1,500. So we're looking around for some bargains. We found a driver airbag for $350 on eBay. not a sponsor. So we'll be looking for that. One last thing that we did notice is the climate control right here. Whenever you open the door, you'd hear all this clicking and everything underneath the dash, and that was a blend door actuator. But in addition to that, at about right here, you will get a flashing amber light. Okay, so it'll take and let you know something's jammed or something's not operating properly with the climate control system. Okay, so if you look at the clues, you can basically find out what's going on. So we'll go hunting for a part today, and we'll see what we can find. And then we're going to start up the series of videos where we change the frame out. So I'll be having some more information on that here coming real soon. Thank you so much for stopping by today. We appreciate all the comments and the likes. Please subscribe. Hopefully I've given you some good information. And if you subscribe, you will be the first one to know when we do something different. And I'll see you next time.